The fuck?
Hey guys, Matt from Just Friend. Title, it comes in this soft clamshell case. Comes with the user manual, but don't fret.
And we are live. What's going on, Straight Line? I see you in there. You might have heard a little bit of desktop audio. I was checking into something. Somebody commented on the video that I put out today that the product in question wasn't available on Amazon. And so I went to double check that, and it's actually true. But I did talk to them before. I told them I was finishing up the video, and they said that they were running low on stock. They were probably going to sell out, and that they were having more on the way. So I wanted to comment that, and of course, a little bit of my video I think was playing. I still had desktop audio enabled, so you might have heard a little bit of that. But it's good to see you, man. Uh, how's your channel doing? I haven't been over there in a minute. Let me go over here and look you up. Wow, I typed that out correct and fast. That's nuts. Okay, so you're sitting at 243 subscribers right now. That's not too bad. I can't remember how long you've had your channel. Looks like you've actually been posting for give or take about a year or so. It looks like you really got serious about 9 months ago. Um, yeah, that's not bad. You're doing pretty good. I don't think in a year I was up to 240. It took me a while. Yeah, it's slow going. Wait for it while I went to grab the bottle even though I poured it in I think this is referred to as a snifter or something. There's a name for this kind of glass. But I went to grab the bottle. I'm drinking Golden Drac classic. I got a like a it's a limited edition 6-pack. It's got a couple beers from each. And apparently, there's a limited edition of this same beer in there. We'll see if I make it because a lot of these are high in ABV. So I don't know that I'll finish the 6-pack, but I might get to taste each of the flavors. It is slow going, man. Even my channel, and I hit my 1100, right? Came pretty freaking fast after my 1000, and I thought that was like a good example of how things might go, but it kind of trickled back down a little bit. So I think, where am I at? I am sitting at 1,290 something. So, oh, you did get the super clean, huh? Are you gonna take him up on that? I mean, I would. For sure. Oh, shit. Yeah, I should kick my computer. That's a good idea. Well, okay, so, if you guys haven't, I made a community post earlier, not too long ago, probably like 5-ish o'clock, with what I said on the Surprise Sunday stream. I said I would walk around the house, give you guys a quick tour of, well, house, apartment, whatever. I would walk around a bit, give you guys an idea of what I was looking at and what I was thinking. And if people wanted to give me ideas, tips, design ideas for the background being plain as all fuck. I posted that video to Patreon. I made it public so anyone can see it. And I posted that link to that video in my in a community post. I guess I can get the link. How do I do that? Hold on. My channel, I guess. Hold on. I have dual monitors set up here, and I have the camera in between them. So hopefully, I'm doing this to where hopefully it doesn't look like I'm always like completely turned away from you guys. Like I'm sort of still looking in the right direction most of the time, I think. Community. Okay, yeah. Here we go. I will. Oh, motherfucker. Copy link. No, not copy link location. Not save link. God damn it. You listen. This computer is going to do what I want it to do. Copy. There we go. And then back to hopefully my live stream. Yes. Okay. Because see, now I can actually type in chat with, because now I can have my stream up over here and my video up over here so I can actually interact with the chat. Paste. Obviously, language. Brad's Workbench stopping by. Thank you, sir. Oh, you would be super proud of the horrible job that I did putting together these, we'll call them desks. They're not. They're doors on 2x4s. And hold on, apartment life. I didn't even cut them myself. I got Lowe's to cut them for me. Now, I will say, the first one in the back, it looks like an L. There's two there that meet at the corner. The first one against the wall, all the way in the back, that one's good because I shot 2.5-inch screws down into the 2x4, and then there's some little, I got some brackets at Lowe's. And so here's the thing. I go into Lowe's, and they are doing a fucking reset of like the aisles, I guess, like a pretty fucking big one too. And I'm like, oh man, like I'm looking, I'm like, man, where are the brackets at? And this guy's like, oh, okay, hold on, I'll show you. And like we go to the next aisle, and I'm thinking like, okay, there's some. No, they're on like a rolly cart thing in boxes, just fucking boxes, like literally stacked and piled on this cart, like falling off of it. No prices, no nothing. So I went through and I was trying not to break the bank, and I picked some little ones. I didn't really pick ones that were that great. They're great for the side, but on the slim face of the 2x4, it's not the best. But that one's good because it's got the brackets and the screws. These other two, because I had to get them up and sort of so I could facsimilate some normalcy here for the stream. I just shot the screws in the top for now, and they're stable enough. They're a little on the wobbly side, but it's not that bad. Uh, but they're doors. I got them at the Restore, Habitat for Humanity Restore. Guys, if you do have one of these things in your area, you have to go there. If you need anything for the house or hardware, I mean, it's your first stop for anything. Like I was trying to find brackets there, but they didn't have a lot. And they had some stuff that would have worked, but they didn't have enough of it. And I didn't want to hodgepodge too much together. So uh, the Restore is a great place to get odds and ends. And as a matter of fact, I donated them a ton of stuff when I moved, like just stuff that hardware and just a few really nice things, battery chargers, car battery chargers, and a bunch of different stuff. I just donated. I took it all there. I think on Christmas morning, I actually saw some of it. My mechanics creepers listed for $12, and that thing is falling apart. So if they get someone to pay $12 for that, more power to them. But it was a good place. But so I'll kind of show you a little bit here. You can see the one. You can see obviously I wanted to find ones without the hinge cut out already, but yeah, I got lucky and I found three that were the same that were already painted white, and it's not in too bad of shape. So I went with those, but I'm not completely finished on the layout. But the problem here is that this can't go against the wall and then me scoop this one down, because then, as you see here, my spacing is not enough. So I will run past the door frame and then, won't be able to open/close the door, whatever. So that would be an issue. So this is the first iteration of the layout. This one here that I'm sitting in front of you guys is actually, there's a double window here. If you look on that video that I posted in the description or in the chat, if you look at that, there's a double window here in this room, and this fits like literally in front of the window. The only thing that just kind of irks me is, yeah, it's about 2 inches taller than the windowsill, which isn't a huge deal, but it's odd. But the good news is they're 80 inches long, all three of them. So I have three really nice table kind of things. The only bad thing is because of their length, none of the, like, you can't really double them up anywhere. That's about the best doubling up that you can do. And I guess I thought about doing like a U shape or something, but I digress. So I'm still in the process of trying to get this set up and make it feel kind of homely. I got there's another YouTuber that just uses a cardboard box. I'm not gonna say any names, but it rhymes with Chuck from work. That is completely true. But like I don't know. Like I think people trust him a little more because he supplements with a lot of the automotive like videos and things, and also some of the electronics work and things that he does. Right? So he kind of has that going for him. So he's a trustworthy source. Me, the actual car work on this channel is about to nosedive a little bit. So I got to do something to keep myself in the game here. It's hard to review an impact wrench when you don't even rotate your own tires anymore. So we'll see how I do here. I will say there's a lot of oh yeah, and that's I thought about that. I saw a device and the other day, and I thought about maybe picking it up, but then of course, no, like my luck, the device was already like discontinued, and it sounded like it worked pretty well. Um, it was like a gyroscope cube that could stand on one corner. Like it would, you'd lay it down flat, it would activate like one set of gyros or whatever, and it would flip up on one edge. And then it would activate another set of gyros and then flip up on just that one corner and sit there. And it could like roll around, flopping around, and do all kinds of things. It looked really interesting. The only bad news was it came completely like assembled and made, but I couldn't find it anywhere. It was not being offered anymore. I don't know how old the advertisement that I saw was, uh, but I was disappointed in that because that would have been a cool little device. But yes, electronics tinkering and things I have to be very careful. Apartment, other people, soldering irons, things like that. I'd probably have to get one of them like cold touch soldering irons. High dollar rate. But and this is the small room. Brad, if you care to watch my video that I put on Patreon, jeez. But yeah, so this is the small room. The other one I show you in the video is way in the back. But it's bigger, right? It's just as wide, but it's longer. But there's only outlets on the outside wall, and there's only 3 of them. And so I don't know, maybe. I mean, I won't put anything past me. I'm going to be here for a while, at least a little bit to get some stability before I figure out what I'm going to do next. But that, that's not a bad idea. That other room, I could I'm certain I could put all 3 of these tables down the center of the room and maybe put like a backer board on one side to kind of divide it up or something. I bet I could do something like that. But still, I'm going to have to be running the electronics from the wall. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All of the expensive solder irons, my Bic works the best. Yeah, I was referred to most of the cold touch. They're pretty pricey. I've had plenty of good. So I have 3, I think, now in storage with all my electronic stuff. But I think I have 3. I have the cheapy Harbor Freight, like whatever it is, $2.99, $4.99. I have like a $15 one that I bought at True Value, and another one. I'm sure it's not like some crazy name brand, but they're all just, your basic plug-in, AC soldering irons. And they're not bad. I mean, they work for, most intents and purposes. If you're not doing like junk from work and he's doing all that, the really small contacts welding onto PCBs and things, you need a really good tip for something like that. You can't have some big fat ass tip on there doing that precision work. Brad says, didn't realize one was up. I'll check it out tonight. I put up a Patreon video today. Yeah, I know. I did. I watched that one. Well, I mean, I watched it. I was attentive for most of it, and then I was putting together these fucking desks, knowing that you would curse me for the horrible woodworking that I was doing, trying to bastardize them together. And so I watched that video while I was putting up some of these tables. Um, it is a good video. I mean, is that really cheaper? I mean, well, I guess it kind of has to be. Is it better? Do you feel it's better and worth the time than to make your own? What are those like turning knives? Like what do you? I apologize. I don't know all the terminology. What do you call them? If you guys haven't seen, which if it's up on Patreon, you'd have to be one of Brad's Patreons to see it. Bill Beckett is in the house. Um, Brad bought one of the made in America hyper tough pry bars, pretty sizable one too. And he did some fabricating and chopping and shaping and things and drilling and tapping and made it into um, a wood turning knife tool, carver, whatever you want to call it. And that's pretty cool. Like to see somebody repurposing things, especially something like that that's made in America. It's a lower cost item, available at Walmart, but it's still made in America, so you can still feel good about it. Like that, that's just a win all the way around. Uh, so yeah, my Lowe's is doing a very big reset, but from what I saw when I was there, it seemed to be mostly like your dumb shit, like your hardware, obviously brackets and things like that. But like they had almost the entire hardware section. There was like 12 people in it. Social distancing be damned. Um, Cost me around $10 and 2 hours of time. You buy a carbide tool ready to go, it's around 50 plus. Some are over 100. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. And then you have the interchangeable tips, right, on those. So it's actually gonna have a very long life. I like it. It's a good idea. If I wasn't into an apartment, I was actually liking the idea of some woodworking. It's just seems like every time I get like a project like this, oh, this was the thing about the doors. I would have had this shit done forever ago. I would have done it right. I would have took more time, but it's Wednesday night now. Tomorrow's Thursday. Uh, that's my daughter's birthday tomorrow, so she still has school and all of that. But that's going to be mostly geared towards her. And then this weekend is her party and stuff. So basically, after tomorrow, I'm pretty much done for until I return back to work as far as like a lot of time to myself. And the fucking Restore closed on New Year's, right? Well, what was it like? It's like a Friday or a Saturday or something. So basically, they closed like the day I moved. And I'm like, okay, no big deal. I'll catch them when they open back up. But like apparently COVID and they always kind of had like a wonky schedule anyway because it's mostly volunteers I think that work there or something to that effect. I don't know how many of them get paid, but it's not very many. But so they ended up closing from like Friday until like Wednesday. So I had to wait until today when they opened to go in there and find some doors because I was like, look, I paid. Hold on. Now, granted, the brackets and some hardware cost me a little bit more than I would have liked. But let's see. I got 6 2x4s that I cut up. I had them cut up into this, so those were $3.50 a piece. Then the doors were each $5, but there was a markdown on them. Don't quote me. Might have been like 25%. And then I bought some screws because all my shit's in storage. I didn't want to go down there and actually pull anything out of storage. I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off enough the last few days. So uh, I got maybe with the hardware, maybe $50 in these 3 desks. And the one thing I will say, and yes, I know you can probably hear that. They're not the solid core doors that I would rather have, but they really, I was looking around, they really didn't have any that were the right style. They had the ornate ones with like the sunken panels and things. I'm sure there's a name for that. Brad can quote me. Heavy Wrench, what's going on, buddy? Thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna have to get a hold of Heavy Wrench and find out how he does all that green screen shit. Maybe then I can make it look like I actually have a garage still. So anyhow, I got these 3 desks, $50, which like for a small corner desk is like at least $100-200 depending on how fancy you want to go. I mean, even the cheapest desks are probably about $80 to $100. So it's, and well, I can't show you guys this, but the holes for because there's actually the doorknob hole already cut. I use that for cable management. Like, I mean, the way I got this one set up, it's kind of an eyesore because it's right in theoretically the center or close to it. But on something like that over there, you would put the monitor or whatever right in front of that hole and then use that for all your cable management to go through the door. And it's actually not that bad. It's the I learned this from Amazon. Everybody has a desk that's made out of a door because that's what Bezos did when he was broke. And it actually works. Theirs are 4x4 legs, and they have these, like, it's a kit that we buy now, and they're the solid core doors and the 4x4 legs, and they have like cross braces and things and big heavy duty brackets. But this is a suitable, I think it's a suitable low budget option. Plus, one of the things that really sold me on these were that they were kind of like already painted and not super fucked. So a lot of the other ones, like I wouldn't necessarily have them matching or the same shade of wood or whatever. So yeah, that's a good idea, Tony. I'd go get some of that laminate and put over it. That's not a half bad idea. So, I was actually thinking too, guys, about this wall. Well, I mean, I think this wall. We'll see where I end up in the damn room, but no matter where I go, there's going to be something behind me. Well, hello, Renegade. Congratulations, guys. If you don't know, Renegade's Garage won. Is it Gabs? I want to say it's Gabs. The really, really cute chick on Instagram that's been doing like a bunch of stuff with SK recently. She was doing a giveaway, and somehow Renegade's Garage, lucky ass, won it. And it's like, I know it's a screwdriver set, it's a banner, there's some SK hand wipes, there's some other stuff in there. It's not a bad little tool haul. And he won it out of everybody. And I haven't been, because all the moving and everything, I haven't been entering a lot of the giveaways on Instagram. Number one, because I'm going to say that I don't need it at the moment. And number two, because, I don't know how packages are going to be received. It's been, backstory. I lived here before, just when my daughter was born. Shortly thereafter, she was born, and me and her mother split up. So I lived here before, but I lived in a different area. This wasn't finished yet. So I was upstairs, and Amazon was not near the thing that it is now. So I remember ordering packages, but I don't, like, it was very rare, and like I don't even think package theft, porch pirates was like a fucking thing yet. And so now it was like the day after I moved it. It's like the next day that Amazon was doing deliveries. I think it was the first, honestly. And I came back from doing something, and there's steps outside, out front to get into the building. And there was like a package literally sitting out in the rain on the corner, like the steps. And I, being nice, picked it up, brought it in. We have like a entryway kind of thing in the building, and there's a table there with a mirror, so I set it on there. Somebody found it and got it. But that kind of, you know, made me suspicious about whether or not I'm safe. Maybe I actually need to get like a P.O. box. Okay, Tony's gonna go play some GTA. That's cool. I was playing Lego. What is it? Marvel Legos Avengers Marvel Legos or something with my daughter earlier on Nintendo Switch. And I will say, for a simple game, that shit's pretty complicated. You gotta switch people, you gotta run around, do all this stuff, man. I remember you just shot anything that moved in most games I played. Shit ain't like that no more. Cast iron double sharper around 5/8 cast iron table. He uses a welding table now. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, you can. Well, I saw that in your video. That looked like you made it out of squared steel. The little, you referred to it as like a welding table that you made, I think. If I'm quoting correctly, that looked pretty nice. That looked like a decent little thing. See, the heavy wrench knows what I'm talking about. Well, it's these damn kids, man. I think like what, when we were kids we had 3 buttons, then they gave us 4, then they introduced the trigger buttons. Now there's 4 trigger buttons. There's like 8 buttons in the center, joysticks and a D-pad. I mean, I played Xbox too. You know what I mean? Like, not as much as I should have, but it ain't getting any simpler. And like everyone else is like, oh yeah, how to do that? You just hold X, Y, plus then and then do this and sweep the joystick this direction. Like, bro, you lost me at the 3rd button that I had to press simultaneously to get anything to happen. It's like some of the last fighting games that I played. Like, if people are legitimately with their hand-eye coordination making these things happen like on command and not just button mashing, it's amazing because the shit barely makes any sense to me. You're talking about 20 and 25, 30 button joystick combination combo moves. Like, no. Oh, BS is in the house. Good to see you, sir. So yeah, I emailed, or well, Instagram, messaged and emailed and whatever. Um, Pretty much every tool company that follows me on Instagram, and asked them if they had banners, something for this wall. And I actually didn't know. This is before I found out that Renegade's Garage had won the thing from SK. Apparently SK sells theirs. They're $40 on their website. So I'm thinking about that, but I wanted to see if I could get some banners for the decor, because I gotta figure this out. There's so much fucking white going on. We got to do something. Plus, because I have this great camera, right, and nothing behind me yet, really, except for, hold on, let me move to the side. There's that Bauer drill. There you go. Don't anybody say anything about my scented candle back here. Ah, yes, lavender. You know why? You know why? Not only because I'm like that, but somebody in this building got their motherfucking medical marijuana card, and every so often the whole area starts smelling like the pot. So I try to keep it, as PC as I can for my daughter. Brad's leaving. Go put the kids down, Brad. I appreciate you stopping by. So, I've been getting, I don't know, like, what the fuck happened. I mean, I'm a little bigger than I was, but my damn email and shit is blowing up with not as many companies as I would like in the higher tier, but a decent amount of companies asking me to review products, and I keep having to like bitch smack these people because who's texting me at 9 o'clock at night? Oh. uh, but so what was I saying? Lost my train of thought. Oh, so nope, that wasn't it. I forgot what I was talking about. It happened. There's been a bunch of shit going on, but so all these companies are getting a hold of me, trying to get me to review products, and like one of them, okay, was like that the universal socket that I did. Remember a little while back? Um, it's not bad. I still have it. I think it's in store. It's either in storage or it's in one of my tool bags. But I still have it. It works for when you can use it. Space. Limitations as they are. But then some chick messages me, Chinese or otherwise, and she's like, "Oh hey, like I saw your video on the universal socket. Like, do you wanna review ours?" And sends me like the product link and everything, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, isn't this the same thing? And she's like, oh well, I mean, yeah, it's the same kind of product. Like, or she's like, or you could compare them, and I'm like, with all due respect, it's like pretty much identical. There's no design change, and I already did that video. So, like, no, with all due respect, I'm not going to do it again. And then she's throwing at me like food sealers and some Bluetooth speaker shower head. And I'm like, I really just right now I need to, figure out where my channel's going, and I don't want to step too far outside of the bounds of my normal content. So I had them. I talked to you guys in my Sunday live stream and told you that a company had messaged me about a hammer drill. I did eventually try to get back to them, and apparently, I guess I was too late. Um, and that's not to say that that window has closed. We can still work together in the future. But for that specific product, either somebody else had taken up the mantle or something. They said they already had something in the works. So I'm getting a lot of that. And also, my tool sales and deals page is getting more and more popular. I'm trying to now work on, when I can, when I have time and ability, trying to get a hold of some companies to try to get like special promos. I don't care if it's just for one item. I don't care if it's a site wide, whatever. Just something to throw a bone to the people that are on that page. I was trying to get a hold of one of the slim wallets, like the metal wallets. I've never seen one in person. Everybody raves about them though. It's like Ridge Wallet is one of them. You see advertisements for everywhere. But this is a different company called Apache Pine, I think. God damn it! Now you're gonna make me want to quote it right. It's in Facebook messages. Yeah, Apache Pine. I got it right. And so like I got a hold of them because they're lower cost. I think most of their wallets are like $30 and less, so they're a lot more economical. And so I got a hold of them just like straight off to them, and I'm like, hey, like I run this tool sales and deals page. Like, can we get like a special promo code? And they were like, we literally don't have like that whole system set up yet. They were like, right now we basically have promo codes for like, issues and things like that. And they were like, basically it's 10% off, anything. And I'm like, oh, okay, no big deal. But they were like, but for you, if you want to, like, I mean, according to what the guy said, I'm going by what he said to me in the message. He gave me a 20% off promo code, but according to him, it's only going to work once. It's like something, I guess, special they made up for me. It's like most of their, from what I can understand, most of their promo codes and things come from customer service complaints or sale initiatives. If like, say you go on their site, say you sign up or whatever, and like you leave something in your cart for a week, they're like, we need to get this fucker to buy this. They'll throw you a discount code or whatever. Super clean videos. No, I'm not. I turned. Well, I'm not. I declined the super clean thing, and that's because they said they don't pay for. They said it in a weird way. They said, "Oh, we don't pay for reviews or something," and I was like, "You're not." I didn't offer them because when they got a hold of me, they offered me product, which is fine. I'm not dogging them or anything. Um, I appreciate those kinds of offers, but the product itself, not something I could necessarily really play with on my channel. In any kind of real form. Not me specifically. If I still had a fucking garage to clean the oil stains off the floor, sure. But hashtag guy without a garage. Yeah, we're fucked. So I turned him down for that, but I was like, hey, but if you want, we could do an ad spot, like sponsorship, I guess is the most normal term for it. And they came back with that, like, oh, we don't pay for reviews. And I'm like, I'm not asking you to pay for a review. I'm asking you to pay for an ad spot on my channel. Like, and we even discussed money. I mean, pennies on the dollar, I'm sure, but like, yeah, they were just like completely turned off by the idea. And I'm like, I see you with your NASCAR ads, and you can't tell me you're not fucking paying for that. Like, so I get it. I'm not big enough for you, but when I finally get there, when I finally make it to, a higher tier that I'm at now, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm holding a grudge or I'm being petty, but I will remember the companies that, like, helped me out from the beginning, gave me a shot, worked with me, those kinds of things over the companies that wouldn't even talk to me because of whatever reason. It's just, I don't know. It's like Straight Line. Straight Line told me Super Clean got a hold of him. And that's good. Like, that's great. I'm all for that for anybody. Straight Line's at, what do we say, about 243. Go subscribe to Straight Line. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Copy. There's only a few of you in here. I definitely can't be doing no grow streams or anything like that. But there he is right there. Go subscribe if you're not already. He does good stuff. Wow, it's awesome. Like bike builds and BS small engines. If you're not already, I'm sure you probably are. But Super Clean got a hold of like fucking everybody, right? It's like when I attribute it to this. It's like when I was in high school, okay? We're gonna get deep. We're gonna get deep into some stories right now. Okay, it's like when I was in high school. I this chick. I'm gonna say now. She's 5. But at the time and my capabilities and my what I could attain, probably like a 7. Um, so I had this chick and I dated her for a while, all through, like she was my high school girlfriend through most of high school and yada yada yada. Um, anyway, but come to find out later, I'm, walking around the halls holding this hand, kissing her, da da da, you know. Come to find out later, I wasn't the only one, like, and not even the only one, like, not even close to the only one. Like, it was like a fucking joke behind my back, like one of those kind of things. Like, so there's something to be said about easy access to certain, like, some things, like it, and I almost am starting to feel that way about Ulsa. Not near the same category, but they're getting bigger, and I get it. They want to expand their reach and do their thing, and I'm not hating on them for that. But now I see so many people doing it. The sponsorship, whatever, product placements, whatever you want to call it, the tool videos that are, more than likely free tools that they receive from the company, which I don't hate on. I'm not mad about that, but like they're doing that a lot, and it's hard to tell anymore. Like, I see a lot of that stuff on Instagram. I follow them. I see the pictures that they repost from different users, so it's hard to tell sometimes, like, who bought something and who's snapping pictures because they got it for free, which it almost doesn't matter, I guess, in the long run. But I've talked about this before. If you really support a tool company, even like Olson, like, I have legitimately purchased more from them than I have received for free. I bought all my socket rails. I'm not gonna say I pay full price for everything. Sometimes I catch like the Olsa tool deals on Amazon. They have a sale, or it's an Amazon warehouse item where it's somebody bought it, didn't like it, send it back, whatever. So I'm not saying I always pay full price. I'm a cheap bastard. We all know that. But like, I will buy stuff from them more often than not, and I have turned down offers from them to send me something, or to like in the one case, I sent the Ulsa tool gloves to Bruce up in Canada because for some reason they couldn't ship them there. I did some import thing, even though I don't know, they're in Canada. I don't know. They just told me they couldn't ship them to Canada, and I was like, fuck it, I'll ship them. So I shipped them. I paid for it. They wanted to reimburse me for that. And I denied them. I said, no, like, absolutely not. You guys do enough for me. I'm good. $20 ain't going to kill me. Bruce got his gloves. Like, that's the important thing. He seemed to like them. That's all that matters to me. So it's just stuff like that. Like, if you're gonna like a tool company like SK, right? If you're gonna like them, yeah, like, obviously it would be really awesome to be sponsored by them or to get free products from them, that kind of thing. But like, somewhere in there inherently, I believe you have to kind of be a good customer first, right? To some level. You really need that, like, everybody hates I'm getting a lot of hate on, like, Craftsman, like, warranty video lately. I keep getting people going in there going, oh, I return shit all the time. There's plenty of videos out there with bunches of people. Some are older, like mine, some are newer, where people are having issues returning stuff at some Lowe's stores. And the latest thing that I can chalk it up to for anybody is just that, like, it kind of fucking depends on your store, right? Some stores sound like they're like, yeah, whatever you got, bring it in, we'll swap it out. You know, whatever. We'll tear open this package and give you one socket out of it if that's what you want. Like, some stores are like that, it sounds like. But then other stores, like the one I ran into, my local here, at least then, when it was still kind of early in the Craftsman takeover, um, they wouldn't do shit for me. And even if they had something, even if they would have had a ratchet, they didn't have any in stock. Like, they weren't even in stock to offer me, but even they weren't going to offer me. So, and I confirmed that with the Sears/Craftsman customer service. Um, they were like, yeah, they're not going to do that. They will warranty out stuff you buy from them. If it's older, you need to call us. Like, I legitimately, I said that in the video. Nobody probably made it that far, but I literally said that in the video. And I still get people bitching in the comments, oh, well, my store did. Well, dude, you didn't obviously fucking listen to the video, and obviously your store goes by their own set of rules. My store had a big giant fucking banner behind the customer service desk that said, if you, I didn't get a picture of it for the video. I was trying to be discreet. I was like attempting to like stealth record while I was walking through the store with my phone. I got some of that in there. Obviously, I edited some of it for length and yada yada yada. But it wasn't exactly a hidden camera operation, but yeah, I got some of that. But I didn't get a picture of the banner, and I couldn't tell you if they have it there now. But they had a big fucking banner behind the customer service desk that said, for Craftsman returns and warranty issues, call this number. And that was the number that I called. That was the Sears customer service. So they weren't fucking doing it, at least not whatever it was a year and a half ago. So it's shit like that. Like, I like Lowe's mainly because they're close. I don't. There's a Home Depot, but it's in like the next town north. Uh, it's a little closer from where I'm at here now, but it's still a longer drive for me to get to Home Depot as compared to Lowe's. I like Home Depot better as like baseline, but Lowe's is closer. It's the only thing in my town. I take that back. There's a True Value, and that's even worse. That's where I bought the Bauer clone, the Master Mechanic drill that is in the other room right now. Um, I do shop a lot there. That's like literally 2 blocks that way. But, you know, them smaller hardware stores, the prices are higher. I will say, though, they carry the Milwaukee stuff. But, man, they just don't have the buying power that they used to, because there's well, from what I found, even with the holidays and all that shit, Black Friday and those things, there's always a better deal somewhere else as opposed to my True Value. They'll have good deals, but you could get a slightly better deal somewhere else. That's not to say that I don't do a lot of shopping there. I do a lot of shopping there. Both times I renovated my house. The one time was in the initial, and the second time was to fix it back up after it got fucked up by a tenant. Um, both times I renovated my house, like that's my go-to because it's right there. Just boom, run up to the hardware store. I forgot something, or I need something, or whatever. Grab it and go back. They don't have lumber or a whole bunch of that stuff, but as far as tools and hardware and, you know, some basic stuff, they got everything you need. So I do a lot of shopping there. I like them. They've just recently come under new management. They've renovated the store. It's bigger. There's more stuff in it. It's a lot cleaner, more organized. But yeah, you have to be a good customer first. Like this wallet company I was looking at. I was looking at it because I'm I'm literally going to buy one of these wallets because if you must know, if you must, you see that? Wait, no, come over this way. Yeah, so this is something that my wife got made up, and it's a picture of us like some way engraved in my wallet. Well, that's got to change. Not today, maybe not tomorrow, but before too long, it's got to change. So, yeah. So, like, I was in the market for a wallet. I like these Ridge wallets, but I was looking at like lower cost options, and that's where I found this company. So they said that later this year they're gonna get like their sponsorship stuff rolling and all this other stuff and the custom promo codes and all that. So we'll see what I can turn it into a little more down the road. But it's encouraging, right? Between the YouTube, the tool sales and deals page, and my Instagram following sucks. I was looking at that earlier. I think I got like 300 people following me or something, which probably isn't bad. But I'm no Autobahn Dan, right? So let me see. Let me look up old Danny Dan. I think last time I looked him up, it was like fucking like Autobahn Dan. Yeah. Oh shit! It's even more now. Yeah. Last time I looked him up, it was like I think it was in the neighborhood of 20K. He's almost 40K now. Fucking Autobahn Dan, and that's why I said like he does YouTube videos, um, here and there, but I gotta say it primarily. I've said it before. He seems to be like more of an Instagrammer, and so be it. Like it works for him. He's got the Instagram side of things down to a fucking science. That one time before all this COVID shit, I think it was the last time, 2019, I guess probably. The SEMA show or whatever. Oh my god, that motherfucker was posting pictures and shit for weeks after. Like I didn't think it was gonna end. I was like, one day he just finally like dropped off, from posting. I was like, oh shit, it's finally over. Like 3 months later, I was joking with him on one of them. He made a post. I was like, man, I forgot about this shit existed, and you're still posting about it. Like, you're gonna be posting about it until it rolls around next year. But like, and that's the thing. Like, he knows how to do that, how to take the good pictures, how to do the things. He has a huge following on Instagram, on YouTube. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So here's your baseline. Autobahn Dan on Instagram, 37.5 thousand followers. On YouTube, like 3,060, somewhere in there. Subscribers on YouTube. So, and that's not to say I'm not dogging him. I mean, he's got more subscribers than me. I will say, looking at this, at least historically, I get more views than he gets on like a day to day. I'm not saying if he posts like a new video, but he doesn't post that often. Holy shit, he posts something today. Oh, wait, maybe he is starting to post a little more often. He even did a video on the Michael Pro Tools 2 weeks ago. I did watch that. Okay, I saw that. But he's put. Okay, maybe he is. Okay, that's the next thing. I got. I think I'm one of my own people in here. guys, legitimately, I'm not gonna give up on this channel. I'm gonna ride this motherfucker till the wheels fall off. It's not that kind of thing. But would we legitimately be interested in YouTube tips that are directly aimed at tool channels, car channels, you know, us, things like this? Would that be something that you guys think would be beneficial? Because I've been toying around with the idea. I know I'm gonna start charging for YouTube consulting because there are 4 or 5 other people that I know in real life that has started channels, and I'm not saying they're like leeching off of me or anything, and I'm just more than happy to help most of the time. But I've literally thought about starting a YouTube consulting option where you pay me some small fee. I'll take a look at your channel, your videos. We'll advise you on where to go, what to do to your page, because like Dan seems like he's got most of it. Ha! There's one of his videos from SEMA 2019. Yeah, one video, but 30,000 Instagram posts. But so I'm probably going to start. I don't know if I'll do it like literally on YouTube, uh, like put it on here. But like if somebody now asks me, like, "Hey man, can you help me out with my channel?" Like I'm not being a dick, but it's okay. So it's gonna be like $50. I'll give you a couple, 2, 3, 4 hours of time, maybe split up over a couple of days or however you want to do it. I will look at your stuff, advise you, show you all these tools. Like one of my buddies that I would help out into the ends of the earth for no reason. He's doing some stuff, and I showed him this tool, a really good one, quality one, to remove the background from images because he's taking like product photos and things. Where the fuck did that just go? There we go. He's taking like product videos and stuff or photos and selling things. And I'm like, man, like he was telling me, it's like, oh, one of these guys, says, hold on. I got like a stove from like the 1990s, and I don't know how to work the son of a bitch. Like I went to make dinner for my daughter earlier, well, and me, and I set a timer. I don't know. I think I set like 4 fucking timers because it just went off again for no reason. So if it goes off again at like 2 in the morning, fuck me, right? So, but anyway, like I showed him this thing on how to remove these backgrounds because he was talking about his picture sucked. And I was telling him at first, I said, you'll get some poster board or blanket, black blanket, whatever, to take against like a good contrasting background with enough light and, all these things. And then I showed him like this thing. I was like, wait, you know what? Like, oh, fuck all that. That all sounds like a lot of work. So I was like, here, we were at his place. I grabbed one of the products. He was literally boxing up to send out because it sold. And I threw it on the ground. I took a picture of it. I went to this website. I showed him this. Removed the background, right? Just the product. You can put backgrounds and stuff on it if you want, or you could add your own with other editing stuff later. But yeah, so then you end up getting just this photo, and like I showed him this, and I was like, boom, boom, like there, 5 seconds, and like it takes all that crappiness away. You just get a photo of the product. You can put it on whatever background you want. He was like, dude, that's gonna like up my game so much. That's gonna change everything. It's like, man, just fucking ask. Like, if you ever got a question, ask. And that's because he's helped me out a bunch. I help him out a bunch. You know, it's one of those relationships. But like some of these people, um, you know, I just kind of start helping them out, and then it becomes like, oh, well, hey, can I do this? Or what should I do here? And like, I start fielding a bunch of questions. And past a certain point, I'm like, you know, somewhere along the line, I got to get paid for this time. Plus, I've realized that like a lot of people, more people than not, like start YouTube without like a real clear. I mean, and I'm right there with most of you. Obviously, my channel's up in the air, plain white background. Uh, you know, so like without a clear vision. And if you can do that, if you can narrow down, focus, and offer a certain thing, it seems to go a lot better. I was watching a video the other day from some guy. I don't even know what his normal content is, but he did like one of these side videos for this. And in a year, 1 year, or no, I'm sorry. No, it was 3 years total. He was at like over 100,000 in a year, 300,000 in 2 years, and he's like edging on 1 million, past 800,000 by year 3. And I'm sitting here scratching my fucking head, going, we're doing something wrong. The fact that there's not that many tool tubers, Chris Fix maybe, and that's more automotive. That's not really specifically tools. Per se. It's more automotive repair. But he's about the only one. There's a couple other car channels and things, but there's not that many tool tubers that are like huge. There's a couple of the other, like the Tool Boss is pretty big. What is it? VCG, they're pretty big. Tools in Action, it's pretty big. Hold on. I'm gonna grab a beer. I'll be right back. So at that point, I thought I heard somebody knocking on my door. This apartment living is fucking nuts after you've lived in your own house for a while, because like you have to program yourself not to fucking jump at like the slightest sounds and shit that are abnormal. But I will say, uh, some weird lady came walking in my apartment because apparently there's like an old Google thing that um, lists like an art supply house or something somewhere around here. And my door's kind of artsy because it's like stained glass. Show you that in the link that I posted earlier. I'll post it again. Bam! That's the link to the apartment tour. But yeah, my door's like glass door, stained glass, like covering or whatever, cling art. Oh, that's good. That's aged in whiskey casks. Golden Drac Brew. And it's not gonna. Holy shit! It did focus on it. Golden Drac Brewmaster Limited Edition, 2018. It ferments in the bottle though. So, yeah. Oh, it's tasty though. Yeah, I mean, that does help, Dan. That does help a lot, tagging. But once you get past a certain point, um, tagging doesn't matter. Um, the only time tagging really fucking matters is when you're small and you want to rank and search, right? But once you're big enough, like, I mean, I'll say Mr. Beast, but there's plenty of other examples that are smaller. Um, Once you hit like a certain level, it literally doesn't fucking matter. You're gonna get pushed out anyway. You're gonna get, searched anyway. Like you don't need to try anymore past a certain point. Like Chris Fix, man. Like I feel sorry for anyone that's like literally discovering him now. Like I've been watching him for fucking years. Like before I even started YouTube, before anything. Like when he was still doing mildly crappy videos, way back when. And I thought it was fine then. And then that dude just figured out the formula, how to do things, in a certain way. And he's probably going to beat that dead horse until, the cows come home. And more power to him. You know how much money that dude's making? And it's not all about money, but in the tool side of things, it's more about helping people. And that's the sad thing is like the exposure, right? Is so important. Like you want to help people, so you want to get out there, which like in my case, I want to make money. Like I would love to quit my job and do something to the effect of this full time. But, obviously right now that's not an option. If I could get there, it'd be great. And a lot of other guys are, just happy to get some free tools, shoot some videos. I mean, it is fun. Obviously, having a little less fun without a garage than I should. But we'll figure that out. I shot that jump starter video 100% at my apartment. Nobody flipped out on me. Felt a little weird out in like literally the public by the street side trying to film a video. I had a couple people walk by and look at me weird in between like takes because I have a tripod and my phone and a gimbal and all this shit. So I am in the public eye when I'm filming anything outside a little more than I ever was before. So that's weird, which is funny because I'm comfortable with you guys, being like this, doing the videos. Yeah, it's fine. But I still feel fucking weird that the video I did on the ProWorks toolbox, which is now the Heart toolbox, right? That's at Walmart. This was a while ago. It's when they first got them in. They didn't last long because then they got rid of them and then Heart moved in. But I did a video on that and I'm like walking through a Walmart and being one of those fucking guys. Let me tell you, like to all these people that fucking film videos, you think it's hard to film a fucking video in your garage, da da da. No. Go walk around the most populated store in your fucking area with a goddamn camera trying to film. It's weird. It takes weird to a whole nother level. And I think comparatively, I think I did pretty good in that video. I seemed pretty cool, pretty calm, like it seemed to go well. But I would tell you, like I was fucking ate up in that video. Like security, if you watch the video, even somebody in the comments caught it. Like one of the security dudes was following me around the store, giving me dirty looks. Like it was just, it was, yeah, it was a different kind of experience. But that's the thing. Like here in Ohio, it's fucking weird, right? If I lived in LA, it'd be normal as fuck. Like blogger or was it vloggers? The V. Um, that's really fucking normal. You see that shit all the time. In these other more, I guess, liberal and highly populated areas. Are they burning down DC yet? Did we start shooting fucking patriots yet? What the fuck's going on? One of my buddies called me and was like, they just stormed the Capitol. Da da da. And then I saw something about shots fired. I was busy making dinner for my daughter and getting these desks together. I mean, I care about it, but not that much. Like at this point, it seems like even the fucking what is it? I'm like reading supposedly like the VP turned on Trump, like the Pence, like wouldn't something. It basically we all know. I'm just throwing it out there. We all know this was a very fucky election. No matter who you voted for, it's very fucky, and there's a lot of weird stuff going on. And I'm of the school that if you don't want to get to the bottom of the fucky, then there's really no point in voting anyways, right? So that's my 2 cents. But everybody's getting real riled up. 2021's looking like it's going to be a lot worse than 2020, guys. Buckle up, kids. You got food, you got bullets, you got rice, you got all that stuff. Water. Oh, that's what I forgot. Rodney, welcome to the stream. This is weird because I got like the actual chat over there. I got the video chat over here. I'm watching my own video. Bumping up those numbers. My streams, guys, can I ask a question? I mean, my streams are more like hangout, but I'm getting to be pretty big, right? Theoretically. By sub count, which my sub count's not the same as everybody else's. More people watch Brad because of Brad. I get a lot of subs from like the helpful videos that I post, so like they sub but they'll never watch. You know, it's like those subs. I don't get like 10, 12 people's like my highest I've ever had in a stream. Like, is it that bad? Or is it just like, because I kind of like it because I don't really watch the chat anyway. I mean, I see Brad came back, Rodney's here. But is it a bad fucking stream? Like, I just don't get it. I know I don't super go on topic like CP, and I don't do like a shit ton of tool talk. We can talk, though. We can talk about tools. Ha, ha, ha. Team Red! Oh, fuck. Wrong side. Team Red. Holy shit, that focused right up on that. That's nice. So, let me explain something to you about the fuckery of not having all your shit right here. You know what the fuckery is? You gotta make shit work. I tell you what, if I didn't have that Tack Life 3/8 fucking ratchet right now, I'd have been shit out of luck. Because this is a standard 1/4-inch socket for 3/8. It's the smallest one, I believe, in their kit. If I didn't have that, I'd have been fucked. Because I tried to use a drill driver. I tried to use the drill. I tried to use the Impact, the M12 Milwaukee. Too fucking loud. Shit, I'm in a fucking apartment trying to put this shit together. Way too loud. I even quit fucking drilling pilot holes because it was too loud. So, I did this. I put the bit in the socket, and I found out something, which I will say, I mean, I guess I kind of figured, but I never really knew. This thing has pretty much, I'm going to say pretty much, because maybe 75, 85, somewhere in there, it's percentage, but it's pretty fucking close to 100% of the power, even if you're on slow mode, right? So if you got this thing going on full bore when you drive something down, it's going to have just about the same amount of torque as if you're going real slow, right? And it's a lot quieter on slow mode. So that's what I did. I took a little longer, but I just sat there and tack, 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 tack. Got these, 2.5 inch. I'm gonna call them lag screws. They're more like decking screws, wood screws. I got these through the door, which the part of the door that I'm going through is actually solid. Solid. It's the edge. So through that into the 2x4, pretty much no problem. Not even with no problem even countersinking them, like past the surface of the door, so that later I can, I don't know, fill it in with wood glue or something. But yeah, that Milwaukee did a really good job at getting me through that today. And that's one of the things that a lot of guys have forgotten about, was like having to fucking make do with what you got. Like a lot of these mechanics, man, you see them with like walls of tools and 30 different ratchets and all this. Let's go back a little bit to where like I got to fucking figure out how to make this work with what I got. And that's a weird place to be in, especially me. Like I normally have a garage full of tools and still don't have everything or anywhere near fucking everything. But I had a decent spread. I could pretty much make do with what I had for pretty much any scenario. And then like I was sitting there, I don't have. I might have a fucking crescent wrench. I don't have like a wrench set, anything here. It's all in storage. I haven't had time to go to storage and try to figure out what, like, put something together. Plus, the weather has been fucked. Snow and ice and I'll make do. Wait till spring. I'll figure it out. But back to the chat. Secret Service. No, they didn't. Backwoods. Is that true? Hold on. Like the small groups, you can actually see. I will show this. I personally don't like the cussing. I do like you pulled yourself up after getting ripped off. Yeah, I try not to like cuss too much. Like I can be like pretty vulgar from time to time. Like I try to balance it. Like occasionally I'll drop like an F-bomb or something, but I tried, for the most part not to. So Rodney, cheers to you. I don't know. I was raised, Rodney, where it's not. I don't know, and it goes back to like character and things. But like I was raised on, it was like second nature. So my level of cussing compared to what I consider normal growing up is like way down. So I think that plays a part in it too. Like if I occasionally cuss or something, forgive me. But I'm not out here going, spewing cuss words just for the, proverbial fuck of it. It's a weird place to be. What did Brad say that everyone, just a way for the puppet masters to continue to distract and divide? Oh yeah, they're distracting and divided. Fucking Dano. Oh, sorry, Rodney. Dano up there in the great land of the north, up there with Bruce and everybody else. Y'all living the good life. I'll trade some Trudeau right now for some Trump. Like, I don't know what's going on, but it ain't good. And I got a feeling that the next however many years of whatever the hell ain't going to be any better. No matter who comes out on top. And I will say this. It was apparent. We all know it was apparent. From the minute Trump got the nomination, right, from the Republican Party before he got elected, when he was just a candidate, it was like at first they were laughing at it. They were like, oh, yeah, like, well, no, I guess that was before then even. Yeah, right about the nomination is when they started taking it serious and like saying like, oh, no, we can't let this happen. They have literally been fighting this guy. No matter what you believe or who you want to vote for, think about it. Think about getting a job completely outside of your field. Completely outside of your field. Like you're a mechanic and they put you in as an electrical engineer somewhere in some fucking company, right? Let's say they do that. And let's say everybody in that company that's already in that department area, whatever, has it out for you. Like from day one. And just relentless just attacks and misquoting and whatever kind of HR BS you can get into day in and day out for years. That's what the dude's been dealing with. I mean, the fact that he's even still standing, I would have probably walked away, even though it's the most prestigious job in the United States. Like I would have probably walked away already. With as much as they've just been on him, like the Republicans, the conservatives, whatever you want to call them, we didn't like Obama, you know, and yeah, some jokes were made, some things about questions about his place of birth or whatever, and some people took that a little too far or whatever maybe. But like you didn't see conservatives doing to Obama what liberals are doing to Trump. Right? And I hate to get political, but obviously it's mildly on topic. That's a clear distinction, right? Like we were like, fuck, okay, whatever, all right, let's roll with these punches and see what this dude's gonna do. Like Obama had a nice 8 years of press. He got reelected. There was no like big issue. Like tons of people didn't like him, didn't like what he stood for, or whatever. But like it was a pretty smooth sailing. And then Trump's just been getting like knife fights constantly, like to the back, to the front. Like now, I don't know. I read something that like Pence had turned his back on him or something. I don't fucking know. They blamed like the Republicans losing Florida on him, or not Florida, Georgia, in like the re-election or whatever the fuck. I don't even know what's going on. I haven't been following a whole lot of it. I've been moving. But I know it's not good for 2021. I know we're all fucked. Don't forget to take your vaccine before you come to work Monday, and get your kids vaccinated or they can't go to school. And I don't know what you think about vaccines. All I know is, yeah, no, 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 not doing it. Not even because of some like moral high ground or anything. I just no. Like anything that's been rushed out this quick, fucking 9, 10 months. Like no, I'm good. Well, now we're rolling up on 10 months. Nah. There's no fucking way. And even now they're saying like there's other strains of the shit and it's mutated. And let me just give you my crystal ball, and then we'll get back to whatever the fuck else I have going on. Here's my crystal ball. You ready? It's never going back to the way it was. Never. I mean, I'm not saying we're always going to have to wear masks or any of that, but it's never going to be like it was before. Like carefree, close contact, like it's never going to be, because this is going to end and then something else. Like think about like swine flu, right? That happened, it was like a mildly big deal, nobody like really fucking cared about it. But the next time something comes up, like let's say we get through this and we're clear, the next time something even like mildly concerning comes up, it's gonna be full lockdown, whatever the fuck. Like, oh my god, there's 2 cases in this country, and there's 2 cases in this country, and I don't understand it. What I don't understand, if it's really so serious, right? COVID-19 came out, like, immediately. It was like travel bans on everywhere and all this shit going on, the actual lockdowns. Um, like, it was serious, right? Which is funny because, like, every company was like, we're essential. We make flashlights. People need to see. We're essential. Like, it didn't fucking matter. Like, there was a one guy on Facebook somewhere bitching, like, he worked at like a candy company, like chocolates, like fine chocolates, or something to that effect. And candy, though, candy, straight up chocolates. And they stayed open. They were essential because they were producing food. No, you're producing fucking candy and you probably have a stockpile. You're fine. Shut the fuck down. That was part of the problem. So, but anyway, the first round, we did like real lockdowns, we did real travel bans. It still got out, whatever. Now it's like, it's fucking, supposedly it's mutated and there's all this shit. I don't know about y'all, and I don't know about super country to country, but I know within the continental United States, I can book a fucking flight anywhere tomorrow and I'm going. Like, there's no one stopping me. There's no nothing. There's no. So, I mean, if we're gonna take it serious, then, like, fucking take it serious. Like, really do it. Like, Ohio, you're in fucking Ohio, and you're gonna stay in Ohio, and we're gonna ride this thing out for a while. Like, tell your relatives to fuck off. No, you're not going to whatever the fuck. No, you tell your job to fuck off. You're in Ohio. That's it. Like, the state to state shit should just be. I mean, if it's really serious, if it's really as bad as they say. But see, then that's the thing. Like, it's hard to take them seriously when I've been in the hotbed the entire time. I haven't missed. Well, I mean, other than like regular vacation time or whatever else, I haven't taken one day off during any of this. In a hotbed that's been literally running the entire time with lots of people in relatively close quarters, albeit social distanced. And there's been cases and stuff pop up, but there's been no like large scale outbreaks. There's been no, oh my God, we can't function because so many people are out. We haven't had any of that, the whole time. So I think I'm good. Anyhow, back to the chat and tool talk. Oh, yeah. Renegade says he's not taking it, and I don't blame you, man. Anyone with any kind of health concerns of any kind really shouldn't take it. No, and I don't either. I don't want, like, the healthcare workers, like, it's weird, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I was healthcare before what I do now, albeit, over a decade ago. But I was healthcare, like mandated healthcare. Like, you go to work, you don't know when you're going to leave. It depends on if the next person comes in. Like, literally day to day. If somebody didn't show up, you're stuck there until you can get somebody to come in and relieve you, like that kind of thing. And so, like, it was nuts. And the pay wasn't high. And we had to do all this. Like, I got the swine flu vaccine back in whatever the fuck. That's when I stopped taking flu shots. Because I hardly ever get sick. Hardly ever. Like, if I get sick, like, I feel like shit, but I'm still functional, whatever. Like, walking flu or pneumonia, whatever. Like, I'm still functional. I might be under the weather, but I'm still functional. Like, I took that swine flu vaccine And this, of course, is my personal experience. But I took that motherfucker because I had to, because I was in healthcare at the time and you had to take it to keep working. That motherfucker put me down. Down. Like on a couch. Had to force myself to eat. And like all I was doing was, I guess, probably sleeping slash watching TV and going to the bathroom. Like I was down for like a week and a half or something. It was a long time. Like long enough that like my work was talking about like putting me on like short-term disability or something. Never happened because I went back to work. I got over it. But that motherfucker put me down. It made me sick as fuck. And I'm not doing it. I have a strong immune system. My kids, it's iffy. They only got half of my genes, so um, they get a little more sniffles and stuff than I'd like to see. But I'd like to think that they got my hopefully my baseline of good genetics from that. So we'll see. But so far, like no major problems, no like crazy allergies or anything. But like I'm not shooting up my kids with some shit that I don't know that's should still be in the testing phase on petri dishes, not even on lab rats yet, and somehow they're saying, "Oh, it's safe for human." No, I don't know. I'm not buying it. See, that's what Bill's saying. Bill's saying he got the second shot. Yeah, it's 2 shots, right? All right, but we got to get off this topic, or else my 8 people, 7 actual people in this live stream are gonna come take over my state house. Um, so sometimes you have to make do with what you got, and I will say I used this primarily because I knew it's top of the line. I tried to use the drill. I got real pissed. I got real pissed. I was going in for a screw, and somehow I stripped like a couple of them out. They're hollow doors. You do what you can. So anyway, I stripped a couple out. So I moved the bracket. Went to reset, and this one I had to shoot it at an angle. Somehow I caught the edge of like the bracket on the fucking drill chuck, and it shaved all the paint off in like a line. Pissed me off. Brand new tool. I mean, I'm not one of them pretty boys like that, but it's upsetting to see like a brand new tool get like a heavy visual defect like that, where like that's the only thing on it that's not pristine. It's upsetting. Huh. That's weird, Rodney. You got to kind of wonder now. That's September. That's a couple months before the COVID was really on the radar. You got to kind of wonder, did you get the COVID before the COVID really got rolling? And that's the thing. Tools and Trash had it. And I don't want to quote him, not going to quote him, but if I remember and recollect what he had said correctly, um, he basically said that if you wouldn't have told him that he had it, he wouldn't have known. And he's a relatively younger guy. He said pretty much the same thing for an older, high risk gentleman at his work that had it at the same time. He said, yeah, like they said we had it. We got to stay home. you know, they didn't feel that bad. So it seems to vary, right? Person to person. I mean, it's a messed up situation. Whole thing's messed up. So I don't know. I'm not. Where are you at, Bill? Where I why am I? Are you in Ohio? Cause I will fucking come to your house. I'm not playing. I'll stop by. We'll do some oil changes and whatever else. I hold on. Okay. If any of y'all have been watching my channel, when I bought the Fiesta, I said I did the first, I believe it was the first video after I bought it, talking about my new daily driver. And they had fucked up the window seal molding, like they had locked their keys in their car and they fucked it up trying to coat hanger the door open or whatever. So I fixed that. I had to put a new crank handle on it. The new crank handle sucks. It's like an aftermarket. I had to customize it to get it to fit. Like, it's functional, but it's jank. But it works. Okay, roll up windows, whatever. So that's there. I what the fuck? Okay. So anyhow, so I did all that. I fixed that, right? It was one of the last things that I did in my garage before I vacated. And I forgot. You guys are going to kill me. This car, the Fiesta, only has speakers in the front door. And I talk about that. And I said in the video, we're going to fix it. Obviously, I had bigger issues, right? But so I didn't get to fix the speaker problem because then that's how it's designed. There's only door speakers in the front. Okay. I did that window seal trim fix thing. That was like one of the last things I did. Guys, I forgot to fucking plug the speaker back in when I put the door back together. So now I'm rolling around in this Fiesta with just one speaker in the passenger side, and it still sounds all right. But I'm gonna have to get out there in the parking lot one of these days, here in the cold, wintry weather, and pop that bitch open and reconnect my fucking speaker because it's still not great sound with just the door speakers, but with just one door speaker, it's just it sounds so lacking. I mean, it was bad before, but fuck. So I gotta fix that. Yeah, I forgot to plug the door connection to the speaker back in because like when you pull the thing off to pull the window off track, it's like this little connection off to the side. It's not even the actual speaker itself. It's like over here. So to pull that like that seal plastic thing off the door that I had to do to get the window out, you had to take that off. But some fucking how I forgot to put that back on when I put it back together. It shouldn't be that bad to get like the door trim back off. I think it's like a T15 Torx, which T25. So I think it's a T15 Torx. I have the tools. I have the tools here. I could probably do it pretty easy. But yeah, I gotta do that because that's my main driver. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. Uh, right before I was getting ready to move, the now I'm gonna say it went out. It cut back on for a couple of days, and I thought it was not okay, but I thought it was working again. But now it's back to being out. The Taurus that I have, my second vehicle, the bigger vehicle for hauling stuff, the blower went out for the heat. So it's essentially like it's got a little bit of heat, enough to basically keep like the windshield defrosted, that like it's radiating up once it really gets cooking. But yeah, the blower went out. I have the blower motor. I gotta go to the fucking storage unit to get some tools. I don't need much. Just probably like one of my 1/4 inch ratchet sets, and it's a real easy repair. Probably gonna try to do a video on it because I need to milk all the automotive content that I can at this point. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to do that soon because that car, the heat. I think there's something wrong with the heater core. Like, I'm not gonna say it's plugged up, but like it just doesn't really pump heat the way that it should. It doesn't feel like even on like hot and full blast, it's near as hot as it should be. So the heater core is probably like partially clogged or something, but hopefully that blower had a little bit to do with it too. And so when I replace that, hopefully I get some pretty decent heat because I like that car. It's one of my favorites. I would probably drive that over the Fiesta if gas mileage wasn't a concern. For the further trips to work and stuff, the Fiesta's heat is better. Obviously, now that I've redone the engine and everything's basically as good as it can be. Um, the heat's much better in the Fiesta. It's a smaller cabin, you know. It's better on gas, but it is a stick. No cruise control, no none of that. And it's a tiny car with tiny tires, so it can do snow, but I feel better in the Taurus in the snow. So we'll see how the repair on the blower goes, and we'll see what happens there. Now you are a professional. Bill Beckett says you can fix your own mistakes. Um, let's see. What did Bill say? What did Bill say? Did he say where the fuck? Bill, where the fuck do you live? Did you say? Are you gonna message me? What? Oh, Massachusetts. I ain't driving to no fuck. Damn it, Bill. This ain't a damn tea party. Alright. So, yeah, I'm not driving. I one time I joked with Bruce right around the time that he was doing his Harbor Freight tire changer customization of their thing, and I don't even know that it was. I mean, he said Harbor Freight, but they don't have Harbor Freight in Canada, so I don't know. Maybe he ordered it from Harbor Freight. I'm not sure, but it was the same thing. And he was showing his customizations to it. Uh, and I joked with him that I was going to come up there and get my tires rotated. That I needed to, change out the tires. Man, I didn't realize. I don't fucking know Canada, at all. And I'm really like he's far from me. Like I don't want to like quote it, but it's probably somewhere between like 10, 12 hours. I mean, I every time I think of Canada, I think I can drive like 5 hours up to Detroit and I'm in Windsor. So like I'm in Canada, like I'm there. Like I can get there no problem. But like he's like up and away over there. Uh, Edmonton? Yeah, I always joked with him that because all the mini bikes and scooters and shit and dirt bikes that he's buying somehow, uh, that he runs Edmonton Power Sports, which it probably isn't a lie at this point. Okay, so wait, that's the classic. This was the limited edition Golden Drac. Focus, you fuck. Focus. Yeah, Brewmaster limited edition. This is an import. Comes from Belgium. Uh, it's a little expensive, but it's tasty. Very good. Hopefully this next one isn't. Which one of these? One of them was only like a 5%. The other two were like hard hitters. Hopefully. Oh yeah, that's 10. And that's 10. Okay, hopefully the other one should be more normal ABV. No sir. Oh, son of a bitch. I didn't open the fucking. Okay, so now today, guys, I'm going to show you how to open a beer with a tape measure. No, that's not a thing, and if it's a thing, I don't know about it. But in the interest of being completely weird for the 8 people that are still here, I switched. I have one normal beer left, light Miller High Life. In the interest of being completely weird, if you've seen this thing a while back on probably Facebook or wherever you scroll, it was a thing to open up beer cans, right? And it was like this contraption. You put it on there, you spun it, da da da, and open the beer. Okay, I'm gonna show you something. Right here, just wrench it live. Can opener. Opening a beer can with a can opener. How to do it. Okay, so you have your tooth and you have your blade, right? You want your tooth on the outside. Let's get this in the camera. So just like a soup can, you want the tooth on the outside, right? I can't hold it up there and do what I gotta do, so you'll have to forgive me. Oh, this isn't going well. Normally it goes well. I must have got the angle wrong. What happened? Oh. Hold on, I got the angle wrong. There we go. No, that's even worse. Okay. Let me show you something. I did this. Okay? I did this. I must have got the angle better on this one. I didn't, destroy it or anything. This one, not so much, somehow. But, I promise you, if you get the technique down, you can open up a beer with a can opener, and you basically get a glass. There's no sharp edges. Oh shit. There's no sharp edges. There's none of that. You still have the rim. Like it's as nice as you can get it for being a can. I did that yesterday. I don't know what the fuck. Oh, I see now. I had it down too low. I needed to go more like to the side. Wait, the other way. To the side. I didn't have it up enough. I was down too low. Trying to open it like a soup can because I've drank way too many of these. But yeah, so 9 people in the chat. So it is possible you can turn a beer or pop can into a glass. Look there, I will rotate it, no sharp edges. It looks like maybe there was one there, but it's not, like if you feel it inside. And then on the outside of the can, you can barely just see like the teeth marks around that rim. It's really nice. I thought about it for like, not so much for like actual glasses, but like collecting. Like a lot of limited edition beers and things come in only cans. Ooh, there's your $1 million idea. Instead of OnlyFans, we could do like an Only Cans website where guys go on there and like drink limited edition special beers that are only available in cans from like independent breweries. There you go. Only Cans. It's a great idea. I also had the idea for Uber for car parts, right? Like, my store doesn't have it, right? But some guy halfway could go pick it up at another store. Like, the store always does that. Like, they'll say, like, oh, well, if you order it, we can get it in like a day or 2 days. Nah, like Uber for car parts. This dude will go to that store that has what you think you need, pick it up, and bring it to you. And you will pay, a little more. But come on, like, we're not already used to paying overpriced money for car parts. That's kind of like the whole thing, especially at shops. Jesus Christ. I just wish shops would put all of their overpricing into the actual fucking like labor instead of like tacking it onto parts. Like, it seems so disingenuous to me for them to just overprice parts. Overprice. I went and got tires and the TPMS fixed on my wife's Acadia. So before she got it, it's hers now. It's not mine. So before she got that, I went and got tires and the TPMS done. Now, it probably didn't need all 4 sensors. As a matter of fact, I know only 2 of them were malfunctioning, but they said they wanted to replace all 4. Okay, whatever. I was looking at like 1,200 in tires anyway. That was with a discount. Cooper tires. I mean, good tires. With warranty and all that. Like 1,200. And so then they convinced me that they needed to replace all 4 TPMS. Like, alright. What's that gonna run? $90 fucking dollars per TPMS at a shop. And I yelled at the dude. I literally yelled at him. I got I got visibly upset, and I yelled at this dude on the fucking thing, and I'm like, dude, I can buy them on Amazon right now, like four for like $30, like actual, good sensors. I said, if you really want to go to the GM ones, I can get like all four for like 60. You know, why am I paying $90? I wouldn't even know how that would work on an aftermarket. It's the same fucking thing. Like, don't like the dude was trying to like play games. Like he didn't know how an aftermarket part would be programmed. Like it would be the same process as the. Oh no, GM's got its proprietary. No, fucking does no. Maybe the first year or two till China steals the technology. Aftermarket parts exist, but man, they and I paid it. I paid it. The wife wanted her thing in order with the TPMS light gone, so I paid it. But now she has brand new tires and uh, a headache I don't have to worry about. I never have to work on that car again. Never have to work on that car again. Hate that fucking car. Acadias. I'm in the Acadia group on Facebook, and everybody that owns them hates them. Like, there's people that come into that group and bitch, like, does anybody even like this car? And everyone's like, it's a car, not really. Like, no, everybody's just like waiting to sell them. Like, the best thing from the Acadia's Facebook group is like when somebody sells theirs, they're like, all right, bye guys. Like, I'm done. I bought something else. I'm not doing it again. And it's funny because you see like the people like, oh, are the new ones like the 2020s? Are they better than? No, no, they're not. They're still shit. And I apologize, guys. I'm doing a horrible job, even though I have two screens in front of me of checking the chat. I'm mentally at like here, and it's amazing I'm even on here tonight. Really, like this probably one of my last decent nights before I go back to work with the whole move and the shift. So, I will scroll here. 10 to 12 hours. I used to drive that each week, a month, just to crossing Texas. Yeah, yeah, I ain't doing that, Brad. I'm not from Texas. The state's not as big as the fucking half the country. Got to see a lot of country in my early 20s working rail maintenance. See, that would be kind of cool. Like, that's the one thing I do like about like my job before the separation was that I got to travel. I don't get to travel near as much now because I have my daughter full time and nobody at home. So that complicates things a bit. Uh, Rodney says something to cool Bill. Spur rails by hand. Bill Beckett says I had one wheel dolly. Oh man, like track work. Holy hell. Never liked Chevy GMC at all. I mean, you can say that. I fucking hate Fords, but now I own two of them. So it's like, it almost doesn't matter. It depends on, I mean, if you have a true hatred, then maybe. But when I went to buy my Fiesta, it was a good deal. 4 months later, the head gasket blew on me. Fuck me, right? But I fixed it. Just wrench it. I do fucking work on cars, despite what's going on behind me. I do work on cars. I rebuilt that engine. You could say that's a rebuild. I guess that's as close as you get to rebuilding an engine without like a legitimate full rebuild. So I did the head gasket, timing, water pump, everything else under the sun, spark plugs, everything new. It's running. It's been running. Actually, I noticed the other day I have almost hit the 3,000 mile mark that I said I would feel better once it passed that. So I'm almost there. But yes, I do fucking work on shit. I can fix things. I need to figure out a way to fit a car in one of these rooms. You think my landlord will get mad if I ask him if it's okay for me to install like a hydraulic lift and a garage door off to the side? But I will say, I mean, I'm not there yet. I'm not going to be there yet. It's going to take a lot of work. But 2 blocks away from me, like literally almost next to that hardware store that I was talking about earlier that I go to all the time, is a I'm assuming it looks like a 2-bay automotive shop that's like in the back corner of a car wash. And I know like a while back it used to be like a mechanic shop or whatever. Whatever. I saw that the other day and it's empty right now. There's nothing in it. And I was like, I'm not ASE certified. I'm not a real mechanic. I'll put it out there. I'm not a real mechanic. But obviously I can do some shit. So I'd be crazy if I didn't say it hadn't crossed my mind, but I know that them small shops, man, that's all based around like word of mouth. I don't have like a shit ton of friends. I got lots of people I know, but not lots of people that would be willing to pay money for me to work on their stuff. You know what I mean? All the people I know want like, I need it fixed as cheap as possible. You know, like that stuff. I've done a lot of work on my son's mother's car. Um, she has some health issues and some other stuff, you know, going on periodically. And so she's not always been in the best financial state. I That was one of the first few videos that I did, the $500 dirty car Ford Fiesta video that I did, the cleaning up the $500 dirty car. I bought that from a buddy of mine, literally basically for her. I purchased it and then I transferred it to her. Should have just done it, you know, had her transfer it, but hindsight's 2020. Um, didn't hurt me really at all. But I bought that for her to get her a deal. Water pump went out on it. I did a quick video on that real early in my channel. Disaster upon delivery, I think it was titled, because I was driving it after I cleaned it all up and checked everything and everything was good. I was driving it to her to deliver it to her, and the fucking water pump went out on it on the interstate. So, in that instance, because of everything going on, I didn't have the time to tow it back to my house to fix it, you know, do it all myself. So I took it to a shop, had it towed to a shop, had them fix it. The water pump, I think it cost like, I want to say it was like $500 or something like that. I paid half of it just because I felt bad. And she paid the other half. I've worked on that car a couple of times. Brake lines, wheel cylinders, mostly that kind of stuff. Um, she hates the car. She wants something else, but she's got to, work her finances to get something else at the current point. But I mean, for now, it's driving and it's functional. Um, yeah, so I've worked on that a couple of times, but and I've worked on friends' vehicles. Helped my one buddy who I used to work with his S10. The spider replacement and the crank no start, like another mechanic had, or mechanic. I'm not a mechanic. This guy was supposedly a mechanic, and he fucked this car up, truck. Um, and so I fixed that for him. Went down to the junkyard, got another spider to replace the broken one. Ended up having to hodgepodge it together because he had like truly screwed it up. Got that fixed. That still wasn't the problem. It ended up being the distributor. Um, I did that video. That's up on my channel. It's a little older, but still, actually, today gets a lot of views. But it's just interesting. Like most of my friends and people that want me to work on cars, want it for like next to nothing. My brother recently wrecked his Mazda Protege MP5, I think. I don't know. It's like one of those weird fucking like hatchback. It's like a slightly different model. But he wrecked it. Fairly bad. Fender, headlights, core support, all that. And so I helped him fix that. I didn't shoot any videos. Um, it was driveway shit, and I was gonna weld the core support in. Honestly, I can't remember why. I think we were running short on time. We made it work bolting and things without it. Is it gonna be, and I told him, is it gonna be a 100 mile per hour crash like stable car? But no. But if you're going 100 miles an hour and you crash this car, you're probably fucked anyway. So like, it's decent. It's straight and it's back together. It actually looks better than it did now because he did like smoked headlights and he's doing the grill and all this stuff. But underneath, the repair could be better. But again, he needs a car. So he didn't, for whatever reason, want to sink the money into something else. Holy shit, Mark C. Okay, so what did you miss? You missed the jump starter. I commented on your comment. I replied, I guess you would say, to your comment. I talked to the company right before I put the video out. And I was like, yeah, sorry, took a while relocating and everything. And so they told me that it was low on quantity at that point and that it would probably sell out soon. And that then they told me next week. So I'm assuming that's maybe sometime later this week, early next week, that it would be back in stock and that the $20 off coupon that I was referring to in the video would still be active when it comes back in stock. Now, that's what I've been told. That's as far as I go with it. I have no control past that. So that's what I've been told. We will see. I will continue to check, but hopefully, I don't know how the video's doing. I haven't checked. It's only been, I guess, today that it's been out. But I appreciate you for watching, Mark, and calling me on it and clicking the link to find out. Not too many people do that, especially early on, so I definitely appreciate it. But yeah, they said it's supposed to come back in stock and that the coupon should still be valid once it comes back in stock. Apparently, it's, I will say this, of relatively low cost jump starters, let's assume that the $20 off coupon applies. You're in the $50-$60 range. If I want to say it's like $59.99, somewhere around there with a coupon. Don't quote me. But so it's in that price range. For that price range, like, I want to explain something to you. Way back when, before I took, well, actually, when I took this job, I was at a hotel traveling for work. My Audi was having trouble starting. Turned out to be an electrical issue. That's one of the reasons why I sold that car, because I didn't want to dive into the electrical mess that was trying to figure out where this short was. But so I sold the Audi because of this, but at the time I didn't know it. So I bought a jump pack at Walmart. I paid like $90 for a jump pack at Walmart. I gave that to the soon to be ex wife so that she wouldn't have to rely on the kindness of strangers uh, should something happen. But let me tell you this: this was like the shoemaker, whatever brand is prevalent at Walmart, and it wasn't a bad jump starter. It did what it needed to do, but like $90, like, that's crazy. So I got this one from Foxspeed, 2,500 amps, right, for the actual jump. 2,100 milliamps for the battery bank capacity. I mean, it's SOS Light. I mean, for the functions and what it has, it's good. Most of the similarly priced jump starters are not a 2,500 amp. They're like maybe an 800, 1,000, 1,500. They're not like a 2,500. Like, I will say, as far as quality goes, and the quality of the jump starter, I got the fucking thing sitting out on my couch right now from where I shot the video, and I set it down because my life is a mess. But yeah, I mean, just literally, I have two other car jump starters, and based on the features and the functionality of all of them, it's not a bad unit. Yes, it's a paid promotion and they send it to me for free. But you guys, the 10 of you, maybe 9 because I'm watching my own video, that are in here know what that means. That means that sometime when I get my shit together and I start giving away all these tools that I have to give away, it's going to you guys. That's what happens. When I get a free tool, free products, things like that, I give them away. So the jump starter, obviously it's been mildly used for the video, but it's going to be given away. And so I have that. I have the TAC Live 3/8 ratchet. I have the Bauer drill. Wrong way. Son of a bitch. Mirroring. The Bauer drill. Next to it is the Milwaukee 1/4-inch impact. That is probably not going to be given away. But I have that. I have the Master Mechanics drill set. 1/2-inch drill with 2 batteries and bag. That's a pretty nice set. And if you watch my video and do things right, then the batteries are interchangeable. with Bauer or possibly even DeWalt. I haven't done that test yet, but I'm sure it's possible. It's the same battery style, same slide lock. It's just the if you watch the video, there's channels and bumps and blocks that they put on the batteries to make them not fit each other. That's easily fixable. It should be pretty simple for anyone to figure out. Bill Beckett is here for the people, and I am here for the people too. Cobalt, I don't have anything specifically to give away unless you want my old beat up half-inch non-XTR lug nut wrench, which is sitting in storage. And that's the other thing. I told one of my buddies, I was like, he's like, oh, I want to start welding. I was like, I got a welder. He's like, oh, like, yeah, I was thinking about this. And I'm like, I got that sitting in my storage unit. Like, let me know. You can borrow it, whatever. He's like, oh, man, I feel bad. I'm like, sitting in fucking storage, man. Like, it may as well go to some use to somebody somewhere, right? Like, can you guys hear? Hold on. Okay, it's like real faint. Good. It's like the trains going by. And I'm not. How far am I? I'm not like super close. I'm like a block, call it a block, removed from the train. Alright, guys, I'm going to use the restroom. Then I'm going to get back and I'm going to try to focus on the chat a little more, which I'm horrible about. But we'll see what we can do. Hand sanitizer. Who the fuck is texting me at almost 11 o'clock? It's fucking Brad. Jesus Christ. Sometimes you have fans and it's important, but damn. You come drink all this beer and then tell me you don't have to go to the restroom. Okay, so look at this. Look at this. Well, I don't want to show anybody's stuff, but like every so often, I get 3, 5, 7. Every morning, it's like 10, 15 people signing up for my tool sales deals page. I wonder if Allison's still. Is she still alive?
Ken says, "What do you think the effects
I-
of today are, and how long?"
I'm gonna turn this down. I love this chick. This is that chick that I talk about. I'm on her Patreon. Allison Morrow. She's like a newscaster. She quit news, doing her own thing.
My guess is that
Great channel. She blew up. She's like, what is she at now? 80 over 80K. Like I was watching this chick when she was like 200 subs. Blew the fuck up. And she's doing a live stream right now.
I think which is again why I said
Oh, son of a bitch. What's her?
what I meant
Starts with an L. Son of a bitch. Oh well. I'll just play it stupid and short and just do her name. Like almost every time I even just like dropping by in the chat because somehow I've been around long enough. I'm like important and like I kept shouting out her Patreon and stuff early on. Her Patreon, I don't even know. Hold on. I can get there because I'm on her Patreon. She's getting some like money, like decent amount of money. Son of a bitch! Don't spill the little bit of beer I got left. Okay, Allison Morrow. Like literally, when I signed up, I think she had like 2, maybe 3. I might have been the 4th patron or whatever. Like, whatever. And so now she has 76 patrons, and she's one of the kind ones that actually leaves her money up on the listing or whatever. She's getting $435 a month. Now I'm guessing that's before Patreon takes its cut, but it's something. That combined with her YouTube, and she gets a lot of like super chats and things, is good. So, yeah, I try to watch her stuff whenever possible. Again, support the stuff, tool companies, people, YouTubers, Patreon, whatever. Support the stuff that like seems to like fucking matter to you, right? Like, what was it? It was like I think this is like one of those like black business kind of like meme kind of things. But I think it became kind of popular a little while back, but it was like this thing like, oh, like customer comes into the shop or whatever, black owned business, black person, and this is not, I mean, you can interchange any race or whatever you would want here, but like person, whatever. And like the person's like, oh, like you should give me a discount because like I'm the same as you or whatever. And the whole meme and the whole thing is the owner coming back like you should support me and pay full price because I am the same as you. Like you get what I'm saying? When you get the point of the meme is like Italians, you know, running a small business. Insert any nationality, minority demographic here. You know, if you see a business that reflects qualities, principles, characteristics that you like, you should support them. You shouldn't necessarily ask for a handout from them for them to take less because you're similar. You should actually support them even harder because they're similar to you, your plight, your situation, you know, whatever have you. It's like that's the whole thing, man. Support the stuff that matters to you. Like I'm on Brad's Patreon. Brad's still in the. Oh wait, is Amos here? Amos is here. I gotta get another beer. Oh boy, I'm out of the small ones. So now we're on to the black bottle. Golden Drac. Imported Belgian son of a bitch. Okay, thank God I still have the can opener here from trying to open the can. If you didn't see that, rewind the playback when you get a chance. I tried to open a can of beer with a can opener. It did not go well this time. But if you do it correctly, if you're not drunk already, and you get the angle right, it's perfect. Of course, I tried to do it on camera, and don't drink that. I'm gonna blow out my lavender scented candle. Keep that thing alive. It's so nice, you know. The apartment smelling like weed every 4 hours or whatever somebody's prescribed dosage is. It's just, oh, so nice. Why can't everybody just drink like normal people? I don't understand. I honestly, I would probably smoke, but number one, like you can still lose your job. If they did away with that, I'd consider it again. But two, I've lost all my damn tolerance. Like, and I'm not saying I had a lot to begin with, but I smoked a lot for a long time when I was younger, much younger. But man, it's probably been, well, just before my daughter was born. So when I basically found out I was having a kid, so we're going on about 9, 10 years. And the shit ain't the same as I was still smoking Mexican dirt weed back in my day. I don't know if I could hang with some of the shit they make today. Wait, what did Amos say? Hold on, I'm trying to read the chat. You don't understand. I have two screens here. They're almost identical, but they're out of sync. So hold on. Let me see what did Amos said. There's Amos. Da 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 da. Good evening. Happy New Year. Rodney, all is well. Thank you. How's things with you? What the fuck did Amos? The new crib. How's it treating you? Okay. So here's the thing. It's nicer, right? A little less of this. In that aspect. My daughter is content with some occasional shows after homework, maybe some video games, some things. I still keep her on task, but that's not that bad. I mean, you see, slide the chair back to a good position. You see, I built these half-ass tables out of doors earlier today. They're not bad. It's still, jury's still out on it. But I have tables now. So there's 3 of them. They are 30 by about 80. Yeah, the layout's still kind of iffy, but they're not horrible. Hopefully, once I get some things settled and some more things put away, I can figure out what I'm gonna do. Obviously, I'm gonna have to get like all Project Farm on this shit and like really up my video quality if I'm going to review a tool. But at the same time, I was running this thing in quiet mode. it's a little louder when you're actually driving screws. But I was running this thing in quiet mode all day, and I'm waiting to see if I get complaints from somebody about sounds. But hold on, wait, no, there's something else for you guys. Hold on, cheers to this because this is funny as fuck. Sorry, Rodney. So this is funny. I'm sitting here before the stream. I was playing video games with my daughter in the game room, uh, playing some stuff. Time cut, come up. Okay, go get your PJs, go brush your teeth, all of this stuff. And I'm sitting here, and I come in here to start trying to. I was still trying to figure out the microphone. Oh shit, I can't even. Okay, you can kind of see that. This is where the audio is coming from. This is my webcam, right? It's just the easiest audio option that I have. I cover it with a rag, not for the visual security, but there's a lot of echo in here. So I don't know how much of that you guys are getting. I think it's a little less when I cover it with the rag. So I do that. But anyway, so I'm in here trying to get the stream set up. She's putting on PJs and all this. And then all of a sudden, I hear, fuck, bitch, da, pussy, shit, fuck, bitch. I'm like, what the fuck? The fuck? Like, what the hell is going on? So I start walking through the apartment going, what the fuck is going on in my apartment? Like, this is, like, loud. Rap music, pussy, bitch, fuck, ad nauseum. And so I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I had a Bluetooth speaker in my kid's room, and obviously it's in my kid's room. I unplugged it and turned it off now, but it has like a night light function, so like you can change the light and and my daughter's been loving it because I changed the night light color every night. Not been a problem. Well, some random apartment dweller decided to connect to the strange Bluetooth that was on their list, apparently, and played some explicit rap music for like 2 minutes before I figured out what the fuck was going on in my apartment at like max volume. So that was fun. Like, I like rap music. I'm not hating on it. I listen to a lot of it myself from time to time. Not gonna play it in my fucking kid's room. Jesus Christ, at like max volume. Jesus. My daughter was in there trying to pick out her piece. I'm like, hey, what the fuck's going on? She's like, I don't know. I just started playing music. I'm like, that ain't music. Kill that shit. Jesus Christ. The joys of living in an apartment. But I have to say, the negatives far outweigh, the positives far outweigh the negatives. I have a dumpster for trash, albeit a smaller dumpster. It's a dumpster. So when it came to like boxes and things for moving and stuff to get rid of, that was all pretty easy. Because of the holidays, it was a little fuller than probably is normal, but it gets picked up like once a week. So it gets evacuated and then you can refill and stuff. So the dumpster's nice. There's on-site laundry. There's a couple different units throughout the building. If I remember right from living here before, years and years ago, I think I just went like to an actual laundromat and like chalked it up, but I might have been doing more laundry than we'll find out because I'm going to try to do it here and see if I can get in and do the thing. Better relight that candle. Hold on. See, LOL getting lit tonight. The new crib. Okay, wait. I'm not even up on the chat. Holy shit. Like way back. That's the post 30 gut. Oh, you son of a bitch. We're going there, Brad. Okay. All right. It's like that. Okay. Sounds more like Cactus Maximus review. What? Caddis. Isn't it Caddis Maximus? Hold on. That went up too far. Project Farm rates candles, I heard. You guys are clowning. I'm glad I'm not paying attention to the chat. Fuck you all 8/9 of you. This is some bullshit. Laugh at my pain and all that. Most of you tuned into my. Oh boy, here he goes. I thought the lavender was supposed to be calm. Okay, now it's all starting to make sense. You fucking. I swear to God. Did somebody okay Rodney's comment? There's not there hasn't been one cunt. I don't think. No. Just a couple of fucks. Trying, Rodney, I'm trying. Yeah, LOL, now he reads. You know, this is how I do my lives. It's either that or you have a robot going. Bill Beckett said, I bought her lunch and I think a new set of keys would have been a lot cheaper. Brad's workbench said, Brad's wood turning. Rodney used to be called R-rated wood turning. Like, I could sit here and read through the comments, but that's not how I do my live streams. It's really not. Y'all know this. You're here, obviously. I've never really been good at reading the chat, especially right now because my glasses are off. I can't see my own fucking face in the screen, let alone you guys. So, Rodney, I try to do the best I can, man. I guess I'll get better as things settle down. Right now, there's a lot of fucky shit going on. Oh man, I never really realized I got married first time, last time, and I never really realized how legally binding it all was. I mean, oh okay, you're gonna file taxes together, and property and shared assets and whatnot. Like, okay. No. That should. I swear to God, I had to get my wife to go in and sign herself off of my shopper's card at the grocery store. It's that bad. The bank, insurance, like everything imaginable, you have to go in and physically like sign away. It's bad. The level at which they intertwine people anymore. Like, can't a couple. Now, I'm not getting married again. I'm not. I guarantee you. I might have some cute chick next to me in a few years or something over here. Who knows? But not getting married. So, like, isn't there a way? Shouldn't there be a way to get like married as such, but not legally fucked beyond your wildest dreams. Like, can't we separate church and state and say that marriage is like a religious union and, you know, all other financial aspects and everything else are separate and go like, okay, you want to be with this person. That's all that means is you want him to like not fuck other people. That's about all we can get. You know, you don't have any rights to his money. You don't have, none of this. Like, no right to take care of anybody. Like, or vice versa. Sometimes women make more sugar mamas. My email is below. There's none of them in here, Sausage Fest. But, for the re-watchers, shouldn't there be like a better way to do this? Because man, like I had no idea. It's pretty damn horrible. I don't even know what he's talking about. Quote Brad's Workbench 2021. Oh Jesus. Hiccup. Mark, I don't always drink this much beer. That's not nice of you. I feel attacked. How dare you insult me in a way in which I'm not paying attention to? That's life ramblings. This, damn it, Mark. You can't support me and then do that to me at the same time. You want to. Brad is not. Brad is not. Not a natural one, that's for sure. I know that. I got the pictures to prove it. He didn't, Tony, he didn't incite the riot. It's like, that's a whole another thing. Like, there's a bunch of messed up stuff, Rodney. Messed up stuff, if Rodney's still here. He looks to be. Did you just turn into group therapy? Maybe, Rodney. Maybe I did. Maybe you need it. Maybe you need to consider other people's feelings a little more. Anyhow. But no, Tony, a lot of messy stuff went on with the election. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah. We spent the last 3 years, well, 4 now, with the Democrats saying Trump only got elected because there was election interference and that this needed to be investigated and it needed to be stopped. And then now that there is, albeit legitimate questions as to some of the legality slash what's the word for actual vote counts? I don't know. But the legitimacy of the actual election results. Now that there is some real question about some of that, like you have the same people that were for the last 3-4 years going, oh yeah, there's a problem. Now going, oh, there's no problem. Like we're good. Like no. Like there was legitimately the Dominion software was fucked up. All kinds of dead people voted. People moved addresses. There was all kinds of messed stuff going on. So the fact that anybody wants to double check, re-elect, re-vote, like I'll do it fucking tomorrow. Ohio, go re-vote. All right, I'm going. Like, it's cool. I'm down. Like, whatever. like whatever it takes for a legitimate vote to take place and to accurately reflect what the people think is all I care about. I don't care if that goes against me, what I think, what I feel, whatever. Like we'll figure that out. We'll figure out if the electoral college is bad and we need to abolish it and adopt a new system. Like whatever. We'll figure that out. But for now, figure out like what the really happened with the election. It's been a fucked year. It's been a fucked election. Joe Biden, the most uncharismatic person, like literally ever, got the most votes of any Democratic candidate to date, should ring a few alarm bells. Like, is some questionable stuff. So, while I do not condone the actions of some people, I can't say if I was in DC, if I wouldn't have been sitting on the fucking floor with him going, Trump won, what the fuck? Like, yeah, and my brother shares very different political views than I do. Yeah, at times he seems to not like me very much for it. That being said, we're still brothers. So, it is what it is. But, I mean, I think everyone can appreciate there's been a lot of weird stuff about this year, this election, just everything. I think it needs to be looked into further. I think, what is it, January? Or no, today's January 6th. It's coming up. Like, Inauguration Day is supposed to be, like, literally any day now. Holy shit. Maybe that's why it's getting so crazy. Because, like, the power's supposed to transfer. And, like, the powers that be are fighting it. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess either way. 10 people watching the live stream, me ramble about stuff and not read the chat. It's going to be a Democratic takeover. Republicans are for the rich people. See, that's what. Okay. Tony. Tony is my brother, guys, people. He's older than me by about 5 years. So if I'm 37, about to be 38, he is 42. Like, am I calling that correct? I think I'm calling that correct. So he's in his early 40s. And I will say, not necessarily, I'm not in a great financial position either, but he is not necessarily either. But he's not an independent business owner. I, aside from YouTube and what little money this brings in, am not an independent business owner either. Some of you, Brad's Workbench, Bill Beckett, I don't think you're still here, but Bill runs his own business. Some of you are. And I get this a lot. I hear a lot about people talking about the Republicans are for, quote unquote, the rich people. And that's a misconception. Republicans are for a free market. That being that, if, let's just say, if you notice that there's a huge market for this Milwaukee tool that nobody has developed yet. Let's say Milwaukee's not a brand and this electric ratchet doesn't exist. And you notice that there's a huge market for this, and you seize upon that, and you do all the work, and you develop the product, and you put it out, you're going to reap some benefits, just like Apple and Google and every other like huge blow up company that has come before. Like, you reap the benefits, whether that be a technological advantage, a mechanical advantage, whatever it might be over the competition, you reap that. And it's your business at that point to stay on top of that, aka Craftsman Tools, that used to be a staple in every garage known to man, and then threw it all away by moving production overseas. Like, literally just thought they were going to make more money by moving everything overseas, and might have for a few years. I don't know. I haven't seen their fiscal spreadsheets, but maybe for a decade or so, they reaped some benefit there. But then steep decline down. So Republicans are for a free market, to where they want business and entrepreneurs to be more unchained. So if you recognize an opportunity, you can grab it a little easier. Even in a market, let's say cable TV, let's just say cable TV, you recognize an opportunity in cable TV to bundle subscription services. Here we go. Here's your next $1 million idea from me drinking beer on a Wednesday night. So here's your idea. You're going to partner with the cable companies, and you're going to bundle all of these premium fucking things that everybody's doing. The Netflix, the Disney Plus, the Discovery Plus is a new one. Discovery, like the Science Channel. Not Sci-Fi. The Discovery Channel has their own Plus subscription. Everybody has their own subscription. We're being nickel and dimed left and right by all these subscription services. Bundle all the services, right? Partner with the cable companies, bundle the services, so that when you sign up for the cable, you get bundled services at a discounted rate, all inclusive in the package. Boom! $1 million idea. You be that middleman, that person that makes that happen, that figures out what's got to make everybody happy. They get 75%, they get 25%, the customers get a 50%. So whatever the numbers end up being, you figure that out. You become that man that makes that happen. And so then you reap the benefits of that. But see, the democratic way is the regulatory, saying that, oh, well, if you enter into a legal binding contract with a cable company, you have to do this, and you have to pay these fees, and you have to do this, and you have to abide by these laws, and these rules, and you can't bundle more than 3 services, and like, they will just limit you to death until, like, even the best businesses, even the best, like, look at like Google. Like, I think we all kind of hate Google, like, a little bit. Oh, look, my Google activated. So I think we all kind of hate Google a little bit, right? Like, it's weird. It's watching us. It spies on us. Facebook ads show us what we were talking about yesterday with our friends, with our phone off. Like, there's a whole bunch of weird, like, they're probably spying on you shit going on. But it does provide a lot of benefits. I'm not saying should I say? Yeah, I can't let that go. Tony, you can't say that in chat. That's criminally incriminating. Is that a word? Criminally incriminating? Can't say that. Long walk off a short pier. Renegades Garage 2021. Yeah, but so the Democrats or the liberals, for most intents and purposes, want to strangle almost any business into regulation. You know, these rules, these certain practices, you can't do this, you can't work with a competitor, you can't, because that would create a monopoly. I mean, we have laws against monopolies on the face front, but like they always seem to take it a step further. So what you're saying when you say that Republicans are for rich people is that Republicans are for successful people that recognized an opportunity and took it when there was one. And then the Democrats swiftly come in and try to regulate all of that. Like, cable companies, right? I'll say this. Cable companies have like districts and areas for a reason. It's because they have to at some point limit competition in a certain geographic area because number one, the first company put in all the work to build that infrastructure, right? So let's just say you spend $250 million on the Midwest, right? We'll just blanket the Midwest. You spend $250 million building the infrastructure, getting all the lines ran. Everybody can have your service, da 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 da. Yes. So now you're working on building that customer base. And then a year later, somebody comes in and goes, "Oh, well, you have to let your competitor, your competitor use your lines and infrastructure for like literally pennies on the dollar and offer services to your potential and existing customers cheaper than what is possible for you because you have that cost that you're trying to recoup." That's democracy. That's what they're doing. I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be back, gentlemen. Stay cool. For the record, I'm still mad about Brad talking about my stomach. This thing. See, the problem is, like, when I get up in the morning, it's like, it's slim. But then I drink a beer or I eat something and I'm pushing out there. But it's varies. It varies. This is ridiculous. Rodney, are you still here? Can I stop complaining? Yoda, Doug, stop by. Rodney is still here. Damn it. I keep cussing. Anyhow, Rodney, I appreciate you hanging in. Tony might be. It's. I've tried to talk to him. I've tried to explain things to him. It's one of those. It's one of those. And I hate to say it, but it's one of those like he's probably never gonna learn kind of things. Like one of those like he's been doing things the same way so long that he's probably not gonna see the other side of things. I was a registered Democrat for I don't know how long. I voted for Obama twice. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I did. I voted for Obama twice. Wait, hold on. Let me think about that. Hold on. Hold on. Let me think about that. It's been a while. I know I voted for him the first time. I know I voted for him the first time. Second time was like what? Mitt Romney, right? Was Romney against Obama because it was like a snowball's chance in hell? I want to say, maybe I did vote Romney the second time because I had learned my lesson. I want to say, but that's probably just saving face. Maybe I did vote Obama twice. I want to say no, though, because when he voted for the NDAA, the Indefinite Detention of American Citizens without any legal charges whatsoever and no court appearances, um, I want to say that was the thing that did me in, and that was like 2016. I was like literally sitting there watching it live on the news when it happened. Um, so I want to say yeah, I voted for him like once, and I was a Democrat because of I guess my upbringing. Like I'm not blaming my parents. I'm saying like the situations and things that I learned like um TANF TANIF something needs for assistance and families or some shit. um it was like all these programs I was always a part of, and like all those boxes you check when they ask, like if you're a military veteran or you receive federal aid or da 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 da. I used to have to check a lot of those boxes. So I guess I thought that that meant like a good thing. Like that somehow I was being helped or something, but I'm not usually like the one to ask for help now. And I guess I kind of realized that it spread more past like just my family and friends. That like you're more responsible for what's going on in your own life than most people seem to realize. And so, like, I think I voted for Bush before. See, I guess maybe not registered Democrat, maybe more like independent. I mean, I don't know how they do their little boxes and things, but um, I voted for Bush twice, I think. And then I was like, all right, black guy, Chicago, da da. Like, all right, we'll give this guy a chance. So I know for sure I voted for Obama the first time, you know, and I wasn't a firearms owner at the time. I wasn't fiscally responsible at the time. There was a lot of things I wasn't at the time, right? So, I mean, take that as you will. Uh, then I guess I learned my lesson. And I said this before on a stream a while back. I'll say it again. I did not like Trump when he got the nomination or whatever. You got to make your cards lie where they lie, right? Like I needed a Republican who cared about my gun rights and other things, but predominantly those. And so Ben Carson would have been my first pick. Bar none. Smart guy, seemed to know what was going on, maybe not all inclusively, within the world spectrum, up to date, so to speak, but still good. I think he would have done a great job. Uh, that's who I wanted to get the nomination. Didn't happen. So, but then I have to make a choice. And even one of my buddies who is like a staunch, like, independent, right? Like, who makes up his own mind. Even he was like, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Like, staunch independent, like, vegetarian, like, just the quote unquote, like, strangest maintenance guy you can think of that was like on the far side of the left in almost every aspect, like women's rights and not that that's some other thing, but like just the far side of like microaggressions and all that weird like liberal stuff that they're trying to push. He's on the far side of all that, but still smart enough to go, well, yeah, I have to vote for Trump. Like, and literally watched him, like, yes, I voted for Trump, da da da. Like, what? Like, really? Like, yeah, voted for Trump. Okay, that seems a little off character, but okay. And it's because gun rights, the Constitution, and a few other things are very important to this individual, as well as some of the more liberal ideas of women's rights, maybe even like the gender pay gap that doesn't fucking exist, and other things. Like those kind of things. Like, all things considered, he was still like, yeah, I have to vote for Trump. Like, that's a strange situation. And that's where more people need to be. I would vote. I'll sit here and fucking political stream. Jesus Christ. So I will sit here and look at you guys in the camera and I will say, I would vote for a Democrat if they had the right platform that I felt they would follow through on. Like, I know, like, Tulsi Gabbard, there's like a couple weird misgivings about her and what she states and things like that. But I will say, for the most part, and I haven't had to give it super serious consideration because it never came to pass. But I will say, if she had been the Democratic nominee, I would have had a hard choice to make, um, because she offers like a lot of like different and slightly, we'll call it centrist kind of ideals that would have actually made me like consider my choice, not necessarily uh, deviate from what I was on, but I would have had to think more had she been an actual candidate. And you know that's a, like a fucked up thing, Rodney. Sorry. So that's like a messed up situation when like the Democratic Party, just like Barry's Bernie, Bernie, Barry, Bernard Sanders before her got like pushed to the side. Like, Bernie was supposed to win. Apparently, we seem to think we found out. Maybe we were incorrect, but it seemed like he was supposed to win the Democratic nomination against Trump. And somewhere, someone, some powers that be decided against that and then decided to push Hillary over Bernie and yada yada yada. Thought they could win. Thought they could win. Did not win. Um, and that's the weird thing, is that like this uncharismatic individual with so many horrible interviews and public appearances has somehow gripped the nation. This is the most popular Democratic candidate to date. A guy that can't speak as well as I can, and I'm half drunk. So that's concerning, right? Like, that's something you should question. That, like, Trump doesn't speak super well. I'm not gonna say he does. Even I think that it's lacking for someone of that caliber. But I will say, I think Biden does like a lot worse, right? It's not near as good, I think, personally. I think he seems lost in his own thoughts at different points in time. He seems to get confused on points and such. Sometimes even where the fuck he is, which any musician can tell you is easy when you're on the road, but damn, like a lot he seems confused about where he is. So I don't know. It's just in the political thing, yeah, like no. Republicans aren't for rich people. They're for people that make their own way. And if you ever seek to make your own way in something, YouTube, a side business, whatever, if you ever seek to make your own way in anything, then yeah, you're a Republican. You want less government interaction into what you're doing. Not that you want to fuck people, but you just don't want to be bound by the constraints of whatever rules somebody else comes up to make that maybe let your competition into your area or say that you have to offer them the opportunity to showcase their products next to yours and let the people decide. Like, a good product's always going to sell better than a bad product, but let's just say, Snap On. Snap On does good business, they're doing fine. Let's just say, let's just say, Gearridge lobbies Congress, da da da. It's not fair. It's not fair that we're not held on the same stage as Snap On. We should be. Okay, says a congressman with some miracle money in their bank account. Okay. So, Congressman writes and passes a bill that says that anytime a Snap On product is offered to a consumer, a equivalent or otherwise substitute Gearwrench product needs to be offered to that person, da da da, or it's not fair trade. Well, then, all of a sudden, most people with any sense, are going to still choose the Snap On over the Gearwrench at that point. But 25, 35, 45% of people are going to choose the Gearwrench option because of price and other aspects, thinking that, oh, well, if it's being offered to me at a lower price, this has to be the same quality as the Snap On thing, right? The government said so. No, they didn't. They just said it needed to be offered next to it. So these are the kind of things that happen day in and day out with we are a product now. uh Google, Amazon, uh Apple, all of the major tech companies have decided that we are a product. Our information, our patterns, our behaviors are a product now. They don't give a fuck about your email anymore. They don't want to give that out. Oh, we'll promise not to share that. But we will share that thing that made you make a $300 purchase on a hand tool. And then every hand tool company that pays for that information is going to have it and know what it takes to make you make a $300 hand tool purchase over a $100 hand tool purchase. I mean, that's it. That's it in a nutshell. Everybody is selling your information, your behavioral characteristics, the things that make you tick as a person is now become the commodity. Like you, your email, your privacy. They don't even care who it is. They don't care. It doesn't matter who, that it's me, Matt, just wrench it. It doesn't matter that it's who's still in the chat. Renegade's Garage, holy shit, he's still commenting. Doesn't matter that it's Renegade's Garage. It just matters that it's a male over 35 who is most likely the breadwinner of his household made the decision to purchase this $300 item over this $100 item for what we speculate as this reason: quality of the product. So they're going to go, okay, Gigabarich, if you want to be taken more seriously next to the Snap-on, you have to really push this quality thing, that you are a quality product, that you have a warranty that surpasses what Snap-on offers, that your ease of using the warranty is better. They'll just tell them that. Doesn't even matter almost if it's actually true, as long as they can get people to think that, make that initial purchase. They've gotten what they want. Well, guys, this has been the most horrible white background live stream just about ever. Lots of people in the chat. I appreciate everybody hanging out. Renegade's Garage. My brother Tony. Holy shit, has still been commenting. Thought you were leaving. Biden has a plan to get the first woman in the office of black. She's not black, Tony. She's not black. Son of a bitch. I can't fix all the problems. I can't. Tony, she's not black. She's not black. Black people don't even think she's black. She's not black. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. So anyway, I'm gonna end the live stream here. Lots of people hanging out. I appreciate it. Holy shit. Renegade's Garage and my brother going off for a while. Brad's Workbench said he would vote for the lavender candle. I would second that motion. Those things are nice. I bought that at the Dollar Tree, like $1. It's a good candle. Rodney says they would vote for pumpkin spice. Oh, geez. Yeah, well, pumpkin spice latte, maybe. I need a coffee at this point. Yoda Doug, SK Skill, SKIL Drill, Skill Drill. Yeah, good tools there. Because my battery's dying. See, okay, Rodney's out. Epic for real. That's Austin. Stopped in. Good to see him. Renegade's Garage. My brother going off for a while. Alright, guys. I appreciate you hanging in this long. I really do. The live streams have to get better. They have to at some point. I will reintroduce more tool content. I will stray away from the politics. Holy shit, but it just keeps smacking me in the face every time I turn on my phone or do anything. Jesus Christ. 2021 is going to be worse than 2020. Mark my words. It's not getting any better anytime soon. So, I will see you guys next week. We'll see what we have to report then. Hopefully more tool-related content. And I apologize for being so off of base. Thank you guys for watching.